You ever wonder why a car is designed the way it is? Or even the lines on the road when you're driving to help you keep from crashing into other cars? Or maybe you've heard the term stay in your lane. It's not there to hinder you. It's there to help you. You see, the windshield is so big simply because that is the main thing that you should be focused on. And your rear view mirrors are smaller because you're not supposed to be looking through them like that. Because let's be honest, if you're looking to your left, your right, and behind you so much, you're eventually going to crash the car. That is what today's episode is all about. Self-discipline. The pursuit of what one thinks is right, despite the temptations to abandon it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have an incredible guest for you. My boy Hash is joining the show. So without further ado, my name is Wise, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. Roll the clip.
Bring the chorus in.
Keep on shining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LikeMinds podcast. I am your host, Wise, and I have an incredible guy with me today. I just got like an all-around mogul, just designer, right? Artist, right? Fitness coach, just a guru, just an all-around dope individual. And this is also my good buddy, my good friend. I've been waiting to get him on this show. My boy Hash. Was good, my G?
Hey, chilling, man. Hey, I've been waiting to get on the show.
You've been waiting to get on.
Yeah,
Fresh. I see you drip down. I see you showing them what it is. Keep on shining.
Yeah. That's
Man.
the anthem, ain't it?
All day, man. Tell the people just a little bit about yourself.
Man, my name is Hash, man. I'm originally from a small town in Virginia,
Okay.
Petersburg, you know what I'm saying?
South.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Spent some time out in Kansas.
Okay.
Through the military, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not me per se, but my parents. And then ended up here in Denver, man, you know what I'm saying? Always been a musician, you know what I'm saying? Athlete, always had a knack for like fashion and, you know what I mean, different things like that, you know. So,
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Look, first and foremost, man, you my bro, so I just appreciate you for just wanting to come on.
Off the rip, man. I
Off the
appreciate
rip.
you having me. For real,
Absolutely.
For real,
So look, man, we're going to get into it, because I don't like to waste time.
Nah.
What does self-discipline mean to you?
Self-discipline. Self-discipline to me is just, for me personally, it means just staying grounded,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, as an individual, you know what I'm saying, and just continuing to work hard and just never losing sight of the goal, you know what I mean, staying focused, you know what I'm saying, whatever that goal is in life, you know what I mean, we have many different goals.
A lot. I think we do. And I know for me, I've struggled with self-discipline a lot. Because it's hard to hold yourself accountable.
It is hard to hold yourself accountable.
It's hard.
You know what I'm
So talk to me about that process for you of holding yourself accountable and to a level of like expertise and mastery to where little stuff don't even faze you.
But if I'm being completely honest,
That's what I want you to be, transparent.
Not trying to come on here and preach or anything like that, but just for me, it starts with my faith. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Which starts with the prayers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I can stay disciplined enough to make all my salats, all 5 of my salats in a day, if I can fast for 30 days during the month of Ramadan, what can I do?
That's just profound. Tell people about your faith, if you don't mind diving
not
into
at all,
it.
man. Alhamdulillah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Muslim.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
a born Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Not always been perfect. Not even perfect now, you know what I'm saying? But, I strive, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not for perfection, because I know I'm never going to reach that, you know what I'm saying?
Nobody's perfect.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But I just strive to be as best as I can be, you know what I mean? And that's just the base foundation of Islam. As a Muslim, we pray 5 times a day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then one time a year, we fast for 30 days, you know what I'm saying? From sundown to sun up, you know what I'm saying? No food, no water, watching the tongue, watching how you speak, you know what I mean? Definitely paying attention, like even more focus on the things that we should be focused on from a day-to-day basis, like lowering our gaze when, you see women walk by, you know
Right.
what I mean? Just, different things like that. So like it's and if I can do all of that for 30 days, you know what I
Right,
mean?
and that's dedication. If you could do that for 30 days, and that creates a habit, right?
Right. And if you're hungry, like you're fasting, you're hungry, you still have to maintain a smile and be kind to people. You know what I mean?
I'm still working on that.
but yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It's a process
those are
for
the
me,
lessons.
brother.
But those are the lessons that, you know what I mean, some of the things that you can take from, fasting during Ramadan that and it's always like a reset that leads into the rest of the year, you know what I mean? And
Nice.
it just so happens, it seems like, I start slipping a little bit those
Oh, at
couple
the
months
end?
before Ramadan, you know what I'm saying? Then Ramadan hits, boom, back to refocusing, man. So like, my faith is always like the foundation of everything, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you even mentioning that. So my next question for you is, what skills did you acquire, or when did this start coming about for you? Like like your self discipline, and when did that really start take shape into molding into the man that you are today? Like right before, it's like when did those skill sets start to come about?
As far back as I can remember, but I think we really honed in on it when I was about 7 years old, which is when is the age of when you can start fasting.
Okay.
You know what I mean, and start attempting to fast. And I mean, I was a late bloomer in a lot of different ways because of my fear of God. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a late bloomer too, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean, which is cool. You
It's
know what
okay
I'm
to
saying?
be one.
And I feel like like I don't know. That's just what's carried me throughout my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have what's your your take on disciplining others? I know that can range from kids, but how do you guide somebody else to be self-disciplined like you are? I know somebody can't be like exactly like the way you are, but how are you guiding somebody else that you would like to see help, or that that comes to you for the multitude of things that you do? Because I know you do fitness, I know you're an artist, and I know you got to run a business. You got the label. Shout out to S7.
Yes,
A
sir.
day. Shout out to Vinny. I see Vinny, Toon Mac. They all in here. Got to shout them out on the show. But tell us about like that process of inspiring others and helping others to be disciplined. Like, how do you? What's your approach on that?
For me, I think it's easy, bro. It's like, you lead through love. You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it, bro.
Like, you don't lead through hatred. You know what I'm saying? You lead to love. Like, for instance, certain religious people will come to, hey, you going to hell if you don't believe this way, and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not going to attract nobody. Bashing
Right.
somebody else's faith or bashing whatever else somebody else does, you know what I'm saying? That's not going to lead. You have to, through love and belief, like, you have to really believe in what you're doing, first and foremost, even in the fitness industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
If
have
you
to
don't,
love
right,
it.
you have to love it first before you could teach somebody else.
I have to believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And instead of just being like, yeah, I'm a drill sergeant in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I am.
Okay.
But there's a different method of like why I'm being a drill sergeant. I want to see you succeed because I care about this. I care about you. You know what I mean? So it's always leading through the path of love. You know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people are not gonna understand that like right off the gate. It's like when you're leading with love, that doesn't mean I'm coming at you to attack you. And I had to actually deal with this as a youngin, because I was remember like my mom and my sister, they would always give me like that tough love, but they were really trying to wrap their arms around me. But I'm over here thinking, they trying to swing. They over here trying. I got to fight to get out of whatever situation I was in, and it just wasn't conducive. But that was my own mental. That was my own overthinking, taking a hold. And so, thank you, brother. I appreciate you even mentioning that. Leading with love is a thing that we don't do enough. And it's like, as my brother, right? I should be able to give you a hug and be like, dap you up and be like, yo, I'm here for you. But what you're not gonna do is do this. Like, I can respectfully check you. I can respectfully show love to you and help you on that path when you astray.
Right, exactly. Like, it's instead of criticizing. You know
we
what
all
I mean?
do. Yeah, I think we all do that to a degree.
But like, instead of criticizing somebody, just listen. Well, this is what I would do. Suggestion. The power of suggestion is powerful. Planting seeds. You know what I mean? Everything that we do started from the seeds that we planted earlier in life. You feel me?
And it's the reason why we're at the certain places that we are. So it's It's a lot of gems that's gonna be dropped. I'm just telling y'all right now. But this is my actual boy. This is a conversation. We remember when we used to talk. Like, you remember when we first met?
I do. It was right in the same building. Right
That's
here.
crazy.
Yeah.
You see how the universe works?
Yeah. Get right there. Full circle. You feel
Full
me?
circle moment. I'm just grateful. First, I just want to tell you face to face why you're here and why we're in these bodies of flesh. That I appreciate you. Thank you for being my brother. Thank you for those conversations, because I need those. And anytime that I can help you out, I would love to be of service to you.
Bro, beyond any of all of this, you know what
I'm saying?
You already know.
We already know what's up. That's what, just in case anybody doesn't know, I'm not doing it for no cameras, but this is actual real love. This is my bro. And so I'm always make sure he's straight. He always gonna make sure I'm straight. If that's a phone call, if it's, hey bro, here go $20 with some gas.
Right.
Or
How many
here
times
goes
a brother that randomly just called you like, what's up, Hash? What you need? Like, oh no, bro, I'm just, how you doing today?
Just how you doing?
You know what I mean? You good?
And it's crazy. I think it's the conditioning behind that. In my monologue, right, just to skip forward a little bit, in my monologue, I said how the car is designed the way it is, because we're talking about self-discipline, right? The car is designed the way it is because the windshield is so big. That's literally what you're supposed to be focusing on. And if you're not focusing on that, you are bound to crash that car. That's why your rear view mirrors are so small. I'm not saying don't have a reference point. Don't be self-aware of what's going on around you. But that windshield is there. And it's so big for a reason. It's like, stay the course. Talk to me about what you're doing now. That's tell me just everything, Hash, that you're doing right now to actually help you stay the course, and the things that you're doing, like your different business ventures that you got going on.
Man, to stay the course, I just, you hear that saying, like, stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I ain't staying out the way because I'm always in the way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, like, the shiny objects, I don't let them distract me. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my motives and my intentions are different. I keep my intentions and my motives what they are, and always reminding myself, always checking myself, you know what I'm saying, constantly. You know what I mean? I mean, we got a lot of things coming up, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the clothing, you know what I mean? Clothing, we got more merch drops, you know what I'm saying? I got artists on the label, you know what I mean, that I have to, get right and make sure that they right and make sure they excel, and that's all leading with love. I would love to see them successful. You know what I'm saying?
That's the difference between, like, for me, I think that's the difference between a boss and a leader. Like, I ain't gonna lie, for a long time I wanted to be a boss. Like, I'm a boss. I do this. Right. Like, everybody gotta listen to me. I make all the moves and the plans, and like, that's great. But a leader is really determined by how you treat the people that's around you.
Exactly, and that's why I don't like to use the phrase like boss. I kind of find that offensive if people call me boss, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not your boss.
I'm not your boss. Like, I don't run your life.
Everybody around me is a boss.
In their own right, respectfully.
Everybody around me is a leader, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it takes a different type of individuals to know how to lead leaders, you know what I mean?
Preach.
And that's what I'm on, you feel me? Like, whether it be to the path of Islam, you know what I mean? Whether it be this music industry, you know what I mean? Whether it be in the gym, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Everybody around me is a leader, you know what I'm saying? I just have something in me that I just know how to lead leaders, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. So what, elaborate on that. Like, what makes you an effective leader?
Because I'm the king of kings.
I just love the confidence that just oozing out of you, because I know that's what you. Yeah. I know that's what you do.
I'm just the king of kings.
You're just the king of kings.
Like,
if you know, you know.
I'm king. I'm king. I'm king. You say that, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm the king of kings. You know what I'm saying? I'm the leader of leaders. I'm the Khalifa. You know what I'm saying?
And so, do you ever find it hard in those, like, just managing all those things to, like, find time for you?
I used to find it hard. I don't anymore, because
prioritization, maybe?
Prioritization, and just cutthroat with it. Like, okay, I'm going to say something once.
And then after that, if you don't...
me moving on, you know what I'm saying?
It's a choice at that point. Everybody got a choice.
Everybody got a choice, because I have the capacity, everything that I'm running. Like, I don't need other artists to surround me. You know what I mean? I don't need management to surround me. I want these things. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's going to help you.
But I don't need it
Right.
because I'm still gonna move without it, even if it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I need leaders around me. I need different type of alphas. You know what I mean? I need these different breeds around me than just some flunkies. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, correct.
You feel me? So it's one thing, and then boom, like, but nothing is a necessity. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
'Cause I'm gonna go get it.
You're
know
gonna go get it because you're a go getter.
Because I'm the Khalifa.
Do you believe that, with you being a leader, do you find it hard for you to be checked?
Nah, not at all. And that's the difference. I can take the criticism. I listen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. In the big picture, I don't know nothing.
That's facts. I don't think
I just know what I know.
I just know what I know.
You know what I'm saying? But there's so much information out there. There's so much knowledge out there. If we look at the broad spectrum, I don't know nothing. I'm still learning. Life is a constant journey. It's constant growth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always striving to learn more. So like, yeah, I can be checked. Sometimes I need to be checked, but that's why I need leaders around me.
That's why, because if you can't, you can't have you can't have somebody who's scared of you. It's like if you're not willing to check me,
right?
Then quite frankly, you're preying on my downfall. So
you're exactly
you kind of preying on my downfall.
If you're in the studio with me and I drop a record
and
it's not it,
and you be like, because you got dudes in the studio, like you got people in the studio. Hey, bro, yeah, that thing was hot, and you know it ain't even your best verse. And you
tell me about it.
Tell me like, hey, bro, change this third line.
Check me.
Go over here, rewrite that hook.
Because I'm gonna check you because I got love for you to not want you to put yourself out there like that. It's not to make fun or make you feel lower or less. It's to, nah, bro, we can't have you out here looking like this. You know what I'm saying? We got to put our best foot forward.
That's true love. That's true caring. I think we don't have that a lot, especially with brothers. Everybody's so hung up on. I'm not.
Most bosses, leaders,
bosses, yeah.
But like, yeah, no, put that out.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna put something out that's gonna be more fire. So like to keep you.
Oh, to keep you here.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about positioning, that's the thing. If I got $1,000 and I got 10 people on my team, everybody got $100. Because what's the point of me eating and everybody else?
Everybody eats, B.
Everybody eats,
everybody
B.
Eats.
Everybody eats. This is real talk. I know you have kids, correct? How many kids do you have?
I got 2 kids.
2 kids. Explain how you do. And I'm kind of moving into questions with I see, but don't worry, I got some more for y'all. We gonna get to the real nitty gritty, but this is just surface level stuff. Explain how you teach discipline to your kids.
I just talk to them, and also, they see it. And when you're a leader, you don't really have to talk much. You lead by actions. You
lead by example.
And they see it. So I really don't have to talk to my kids. My daughter is in college right now. She is on her way to being a neurosurgeon.
Congrats. Oof.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's not a lot of us in there.
Right. And that's just, I've never had to spank my daughter. I never spanked my son. You know what I'm saying? I just lead by example. If my intentions are pure, my heart is pure, they're gonna see that. They're gonna feel that.
And then they're gonna operate in that.
They're gonna operate in that same capacity. You know what I mean?
My
son knows. I never taught him. But he sees me pray so much.
He just starts to do it.
He knows how to do it without me ever telling him or teaching them this position.
That's the beauty of teaching right there. That's the beauty of teaching.
Right. It's just showing love and just showing them what it looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Like genuine love actually provides that spectrum and that space for you to operate in. So therefore, when somebody sees it, they're seeing it from pure intention.
And not see it once. When it's constant, when it's consistent. You know what I'm saying?
That's a key word that a lot of people don't want to love.
When it's consistent, that's when they know it's real. You know what I'm saying? And when they see your actions after, before, you know what I mean, the way your mood changes, you know what I mean, what it does for you, they see that. They pick up on that energy. You know what I'm saying? Families think when, you know, mom's cheating on dad or dad's cheating on mom. They fighting behind closed doors. As long as we don't do it in front of the kids, they
The
don't
kids see it anyway.
They don't even got to see it. They feel it.
They feel it, and that's the energy. I'm actually
They
kind of
feel it.
going through that with my child's mother.
It's
Like
all
my
about
my
energy.
son is so calm, he's so cool, but I don't know if that's just a byproduct of how like he's seeing because I'm so cool and his mom is kind of it just depends. But the fact that he's so cool, he watches that. Like kids see everything. Don't think that kids they ain't watching.
But see,
They
the problem with that is that
or they feel sorry.
is that has become normal.
Well, that's because we was raised by
Right.
by surviving. Like our parents and our grandparents were taught in such a way that it was the mentality of survival, and it wasn't the mentality of love, nurturing, respect. Like you should respect your child just as much. I could never understand the phrase of stay in the child's place. I hated it because of like, yes, I'm a child, but I'm probably more hip to what you're willing to admit to. And that thing alone, you should respect me enough to at least acknowledge it and then hopefully adjust and make the change.
Facts.
I don't see it. I just that's what I'm trying to do that for my son. Explain yourself in 3 words, Hash.
Genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Real.
Mm.
And just thorough. Just through and through. You know what
That's a
I'm saying?
bet. Genuine, real, thorough.
I am who I am.
And nobody can compete with that. The only person that you're really even competing with is yourself. And I see that in you. I see that you're growing in that. I'm learning from you every day. You're like my big bro. I know I'm like the little bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little bro out here. But but little bro is trying to do some big things in this world.
Nah, little bro doing some big things.
Little bro trying to do some big things. And I know big bro. We're gonna get into some other things, man. But first, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come right back at it. We're gonna ask Hash some more questions. Stay tuned, because we got more to come. Bring the chorus in.
Keep on shining.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. This is the LikeMinds podcast. I have my very special guest today, my boy Hash.
Appreciate it, brother.
What's going on, man? That first little talk was a lot. That's just real talk.
Yeah,
That's just real talk.
real
That's
talk.
what that is. So right now, like what we want to get into is let's talk about some music, man.
Yeah, let's
Because
talk
because
about
we
it.
artists, and a lot of people don't know we got a record together.
Yeah, shining.
Look at that.
You feel me?
That's all we gonna do is keep
the
on
anthem.
shining. Keep on. Let me not sing. I can't sing. But tell us about you in music. What made you get into music? What led you to this point? And how does discipline play a factor in your music?
Man, literally, not trying to sound cliche, but as far back as I can remember. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fair answer. That's a fair answer.
You know, my father used to have those records where, remember, you get the maxi single.
Okay.
And it would always have the instrumental to whatever song it was. So it would be like Another Bad Creation, if you remember ABC. You know what I'm saying? We'd be making
Aisha,
up dance
yeah, I remember
routines and all that. And then I just started taking the beats and I just started writing to them.
You remember your first round?
I remember the first rhyme that I performed in 5th grade
5th grade.
at the Potomac Mills Mall. You know what I'm saying?
Were you nervous?
Yo, I choked on stage. Yo,
We
choked.
all got it.
I had
It
that
happens.
dry mouth, that big lump
Oh,
in the
yeah,
throat.
that little
you know what I'm
comment.
saying?
Yeah,
And you
like-
could like hear the swallow on the mic. It was embarrassing. And I was like,
Bruh.
I was in 5th grade, but I
This in
thought I was
5th grade,
grown
though.
already. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know
Yeah,
that feeling.
you was already like, I've been here, homie.
So, you
like,
know,
I've been here.
felt, yeah. So, but yeah, it was for a Martin Luther King holiday talent show.
Can't be choking on him.
Yeah,
Can't they, man?
so I choked, and then you know I fell back a little bit, continued writing. You know what I'm saying? It was always freestyling, and then 1998, high
98.
school. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that was a good year.
Yeah, ran into DJ Los at a barbershop and freestyled, and that's when that's when I marked my introduction into the game, because that's when I actually became a recording artist.
Got
and
you.
started putting out music.
Got you.
Was 98 was the very first time. So
Awesome.
so,
So then tell me about in music, right? Like what, and of course, I'm pretty sure you already just heard this question from multiple people.
mm-hmm.
What separates you in music specifically? What separates you? Like we know you as a man of your word. We know you know your
Right.
faith in Allah and all that
Yeah.
good stuff. What separates you in music?
I think what separates me, man, is just the authenticity.
There you go.
And I never changed.
You kept it consistent. You
Kept
kept
it
it.
consistent, man. This is how I've been rhyming. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, you want to evolve over time, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But this has just been me this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is about my life. You know what I mean? And things I done seen. It might not be me, it might be somebody around me, but I'm gonna mention that, you know what I'm saying? But everything, it's all authentic, man. And I feel like what separates me is the same thing that separated, not comparing myself to, but just separated Pac from everybody else.
Cause I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You ask 10 people who Pac was, you gonna get 10 different answers.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
And he was just a complex individual, but he still cared. He was still just that great of a person. Like he'll give you the shirt off his back if he loved you.
I'm cut from that cloth.
You know what I'm saying? And now, don't get me wrong. Now, if he hates you, you definitely knew about it.
You don't want to get on the bad side, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want to
But,
get on the bad side.
It's all love.
It's all
You know
love.
what I'm saying? It's all love.
So tell me about like your transitional periods in music and what changed for you. I know you say you've been authentic throughout, but I'm pretty sure you had some changes. Like you had a certain style at one point and then you switched from another style, or did you always keep the same style?
You know, I kept the same style for the most part, but I went through a transition where, you know, I felt like, as we all do as artists, is like, you know, to reach a certain level of success, I had to sound like what was prevalent on the radio, what was going on in the industry, versus staying true to my true artistry. And I went through a period of that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think that what happened, what really changed that, there were some deals on the table with some major labels. Then I got indicted by the feds and went to prison. And when I was in there is when I really, something clicked in my head. Like I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it was after a show when I was talking with somebody, and he just said one thing to me. I didn't understand it for years, and he was like, "You nice, you know, you nice AF, but we'll know when you put your heart into it."
They had to hurt. I know that had to. I mean, as you said, you thought about it for
I
a
was
number.
confused, and I thought about it for like.
You was like,
good,
man, I'm nice. What you talking
right?
about?
You know, and
man?
I sat and thought about it for a good 7 years before
Whew.
I sat down and realized what he meant.
And what did he mean by that? From your perspective,
I think he just meant to just being just truly authentic to myself. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it was more of like trying to, you know, put the club records out when I wasn't in the club. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Eminem ain't in the club.
Right, Eminem.
But he can 50 in the club. That's what you do got to call in the club. But you get the point of, hey, I cannot be in the club, but I can still sell millions of records. I can still be in these arenas.
Right.
I can still do these things.
I think he just saw something greater in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. And like the purpose. You know what I mean? What should have been my purpose. And it was, you know, just feeding into what was being in the music industry. You know what I mean?
And you have to stay authentic and true to you in this music industry, because people going to pull at them strings. And if, like you said, you are who you are.
Right.
If you don't know who you are,
it's so easy to lose.
It's so easy to lose, but not only that, brother. It's you get molded into a whole nother different beast that you didn't think was you. And to be honest, it's not you. People operate out of a shell for so many years before they get out and realize that wasn't me talking. Like I don't know if you just saw the Russ interview with Zane Lowe.
I did not.
Oh my God, you need to go listen to that. Go listen to it. Just go listen to it. All of y'all go listen to it. He talks about how now he was speaking from a place of insecurity. I got plaques. I did it all myself, right? Record, mix, master, produce. He was just talking because he never got like the validation from his parents. And then he tried to get that same validation from the industry. And that's what caused, don't get me wrong, it prompted him to be Russ. But now he's in like by the way, his new album is fire. Go get the new Russ album. But it prompted him to think differently. And man, that therapy is important. Do you believe that your music is therapy? I believe it. Of course, I know it because I work with you. But
man, I've been told, man, like countless amount of times, man. One time I was rehearsing in Vinny's basement, and one of his roommates just looked at me and was just crying.
That's powerful.
And was like, man, and he hadn't been through the things that I've been through. You know what I'm saying? But he can hear it in the music. Like, this dude is really seeing these things. And that's the difference. Like when you hear Hash, you don't just hear me. You see the pictures that I'm painting in your head because
you're a storyteller, because you're a vivid storyteller. And
you can't imitate that. It can only come from somebody who's really seen it the way I put it down. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that was really there. You know what I mean? So like that, even at the show last Friday, the 50th anniversary, some random dude that I just didn't know. He knew Hypnotic. I didn't even know, dude. He just came to me, talked to me for about 20 minutes, man. I seen the tears in his eyes. You know what I mean? And he told me, like, man, as soon as you started spitting, I couldn't, I wanted to scream, I wanted to move. I couldn't know. I just had my mouth over my hand because I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. You know what I mean?
And that's how you know you have a calling and a gift within that to really move people.
And I say that not on no.
It's not to be braggadocious or nothing.
You know I'm not a bragger.
Yeah,
you know
I know you're not
like,
a bragger. You're just a realer. You're just a realist.
I don't tout my numbers. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Mm-hmm. I'm only giving information because I need y'all to pull up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And keep supporting the brother, you know what I'm saying? But like, I'm not with the bragging, but like, those are the type of things that move me. That's the type of stuff that touch. That's the type of energy that I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, and it's hard for me to explain. I've never been one, like, I don't chase fame. Fame is not what I'm chasing.
Fame is a drug, for real.
Obviously, with what we do, notoriety goes a long way with the success
and credit.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You want to be credited for the work.
And I appreciate that. I love, you know what I mean, the fans, the supporters, the friends, you know what I mean, the family that's been supporting me through this journey all this time, the people just discovering it. I love that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a part of it. But like, the word fame and what that entails and what that means, that's not what drives me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that one conversation for 20 minutes, you know what I mean, with this gentleman, with seeing the tears in his eyes, that means more to me than 1,000 screaming, adoring fans that just like the way I look, or
because it provided the reassurance of what you were doing. Just think about, I know that hits you in such a way. It's like, man, I was just writing my story. I just recorded this. And of course, yes, like those are your feelings and whatnot, but the fact that somebody else can relate to you in a different space that doesn't know your circumstance, has no idea who you are from a can of paint, but you hit them on the nose and you hit them on the head with something that they'll remember.
Right. You know what I mean? Like when people like, yo, man, I felt like just listening to you, like I learned so much about you. You know what I mean? I learned and pointing out stuff like I learned about your father not being there. I learned about your brother being murdered. You know what I'm saying? Your mom's single mother. You know what I'm saying? You going to prison. You know what I mean? Your thoughts about this, how you feel about that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the genuine things. And I think for me, it's more of like instead of riding a wave. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm timeless, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just more about being timeless,
I love
man.
that.
You feel me? Because
the
waves are going to come up and they're going to fade out.
But as long
never
as you
see that same wave again.
You never. It's always going to be
saying?
a different form or like just in a different light.
Right. But that timeless music, it always comes back to that. This is the foundation.
I'm still
you know
bumping 90s and 2000s stuff.
You know what I mean?
Tupac changes. Like, come on, man.
And I love it when people tell me, like, you know what I mean? Like, you keeping it alive. You keeping hip hop alive, you know what I'm saying?
It's an amazing thing. Here's the unfortunate thing. Your success is inevitable, right? the only thing is it's gonna take you even longer because the wave right now, the way, as you said, the wave that's happening, ain't nobody trying to get truth. We live in such like a fictitious world that don't nobody want to hear truth. So when somebody comes, it throws people off. And so I know you're going to be successful. I pray for it. I already know it. It's already ordained. It's already going to happen. And I'm the patience that you have, because I know you have an understanding of like, hey, I'm in it for long haul. I have a phrase. I say I don't play 10 days. I play 10 years.
I'm a lifer.
Yeah, I'm a lifer. I'm a lifer. So this is, you ever consider, like, do you ever think you're gonna stop rapping at one point?
Yeah, sometimes I sit down and I wonder about that, and I would love not to. You know what I mean?
Think about you being like 60 years old and still rapping.
Just think about, like, again, it goes with intentions and motives. Like, when I think people use a lot of phrases and a lot of words and don't really understand like the true meaning of it. Like when you say tomorrow ain't guaranteed, it sounds good.
But you ain't.
People, but do you understand? Have you ever been talking to somebody today
and then
tomorrow they was gone and you never gonna see them again? Like, I mean, we've all seen it, but like people don't heed that. There's so many, like you say, it's like the drugs, the filters, the fakeness in the world. Like people don't really hold fast. So like when I say I'm an artist, like how old was Michelangelo when he stopped painting?
I don't even know.
I don't know neither, but you can't put no age on that.
Because that's Michelangelo.
There's no limit. That's the art.
That's
you know
the
what
art.
I mean?
And because the art is always going to last.
Art never fades, and it doesn't hold its value. It just becomes more valuable over time.
And the music that you're making is timeless. The things that you're doing is timeless.
Nobody's going to go back in this wave stuff. Nobody's going to go back 10 years from now and be like, this is, I was in, you know what I mean, woo-to-woo. Nah, they're going to go back to something that touched their heart 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
That changed their life.
That changed their life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
You know?
Explain to me, let's kind of switch topics a little bit because we could talk about music for hours. So, explain your fitness side, because people don't know that a lot of people don't know that you do fitness. Well, I know it, of course. But tell the people about your fitness journey. And where did that start and how did that come about?
You know, I was always an athlete coming up, you know what I mean? Okay. So always was working out, had an interest in fitness, always knew a little more, but fitness was one of those things when, of course, when you in the joint, you get into the fitness side of things, you know what I mean? So then it comes to doing research on like, I'm not going back to the block when I get out, you know what I'm saying? So what can I possibly do that's an industry that is felon friendly, you know what I mean? That does make decent money and also gives me a purpose to give back in some type of way.
Because everything that you're doing is like of service. I believe every job that we ever do is customer service.
Right.
So if you're always in service to everybody else, the universe hears that, it sees that, and it will pour right back into you.
Yeah, man. So, and one of the goals that I set for myself while I was down was like, I was training people inside, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna own my own gym one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna own my own gym.
Let's go.
Day. And I made it happen.
Explain the discipline with owning a business, especially in the fitness realm. Explain some of the.
And it's rough, man. It's
like discipline that you have to keep going. Of course, like everybody knows in business, just in general, there's always going to be trials. There's always going to be challenges. But explain fitness discipline, because I'm pretty sure that's different than music discipline. That's different than, I don't know, nutrition. That's part of it.
I mean, discipline is like holding yourself accountable and always being like, I can't be in the gym training people. And
you're not right.
I'm not fit or disciplined to be fit myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You can't have no gut talking about, hey, I'm going to teach you how to get these abs.
Yeah, I'm teach you how to get these abs, you know what I'm saying? And so I got to be the expert, you know what I'm saying? And I got to continue to study and learn new techniques, because fitness and working, just like everything, it grows, it changes. You know what I'm saying? You learn, you get more information, you learn more. You know what I mean? So it's constantly staying on that path of learning, you know what I'm saying?
Constantly.
And then just controlling your emotions, because just dealing with people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not ready for that one.
Can set you off. And then just coming from the background that I had, you know what I mean, being in the streets, to now being a business owner, sometimes
You can't react the same
can't
way.
react
You
the
can't. You
same,
can't be like,
you
man,
know
10
what I'm
years
saying?
ago, I would have.
Yeah,
It would have been
you know
just
what I'm
over.
saying?
But
Yeah.
now you understand. You have. There's levels to this.
There's levels to it.
There's levels to
There's
this.
levels to it.
For real, for real. That's levels.
know
So
what I mean?
because of that, you not just gonna act because you know that affects Vinny, that affects Tune, that affects your kids, that affects the wife, it affects everything. Or
Right.
if you get out of character.
You get out of character. So I think like being disciplined is just always, you get a lot of people who you get clients and then it becomes just a time slot to you. Oh, I got this 12, this 2, this 4.
Mm-hmm.
But staying disciplined to really
Show
complete
up.
the mission of showing up each and every single day, even when you feel burnt out, getting tired of it, and just wanting to continue to help people. And it's not just, we got to make a living, whatever we do. We got kids, got a team, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got to eat, but also staying true to the mission of like, I want to help people. I want to help change people's lives. You know what I mean? And not just look at it as a source of income.
And that is going to make you wealthy. That's what we call wealth. Cause I don't want to be rich. A lot of people be like, yo, I want to be rich. Give me 100 million. And be like, yeah, but if you don't know how to work that 100 million to help service and bring that back to you, you just gonna be broke as you was before you got it.
It
But
sounds
if you
like a lot.
It sounds like a lot. It sounds
But
like a lot, but it ain't nothing.
You can find a way.
You can
definitely trick it off. You know,
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Real
With the
quick
wrong
too.
intentions, you know
Real
what I
quick.
mean?
That's why I want wealth. Wealth is the time span of how long do I don't have to do this and still be good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Man, give me last question before we get into some other segments, because I know this is your takeover show.
Yeah, the takeover.
He always like to come do takeover stuff.
Everything.
Did it with Callywood, now you gonna do it with me. Just Anyway. So tell me the 5 steps from your perspective, the 5 steps to having discipline, the 5 key steps to you. I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but
Okay, the 5 key steps to having discipline to me.
to you, and everybody else is different, but to you.
Right, it's just the foundation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This keep maintaining a strong foundation.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Gratitude. You know what I mean? Accountability, consistency, and growth.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my boy Hash right here. And one thing that we going to keep on doing is keep shining. But we right back. We got a performance from him. Also, we got Hot Seat coming too. Y'all just not ready. Okay?
I hope I'm ready for
You
it.
hope you ready? Oh, Lord, here we go. Y'all stay tuned. My name is Wise. This is Hash. And this is the LikeMinds podcast. We'll be right back. Yo, what's up, people? Welcome back to the LikeMinds podcast. My name is Wise. To my left, got my incredible partner, my friend right here. My boy Hash is in the building.
Man, mashallah, I appreciate that, brother.
Oh, Dave, bro. You ready for Hot Seat? This is called the Hot Seat segment. You know what I'm saying? So
I guess we about to find out.
We about to
find out.
I throw people off with this.
Okay.
So we're gonna see. I'm gonna start you off light.
Okay. Something
light, and then it's gonna get real deep. And you tell me at any point in time you need me to stop. You need me to go to the next question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First question, we're gonna start off light. And you can't say that you don't have any. What are your weakest links for you as a man?
My weakest links for me as a man?
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that I have been focused on working on is like patience.
Me too. What about it?
I need more.
Where did that come from? Like, where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean,
of not having
to
patience.
be honest with you, is just dealing with my son. You know what I mean? To have more
Okay.
patience when it comes to dealing with him. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty patient human, but like,
Okay.
I got that one last nerve.
And if you get
I thought I had that one last nerve a long time ago, but then they just keep finding new nerves to stomp on. So,
do you think he's going to develop those same patterns of not having patience? Do you think that's going to have a lasting effect on him?
Well, that's why I'm trying to correct that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
How do you talk to your son when there's a conflict?
These days I'm very calm.
Okay.
You know, I used to do what was done on to me before because that's the only way I knew how to parent. You know what I'm saying?
Surviving
Right.
parenting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's get more. Explain. No, let's go back. You said you said your brother was killed, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's the first thing you're saying to the person who did kill your brother, if you see him?
I don't know if there's gonna be any words.
Do you think you'll inflict harm at that point?
Even though I know better, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. You're entitled to your emotions. You're entitled to that way of thinking. Do you think that's going to solve anything? It's not going to bring him back.
Solve anything. It's not gonna bring him back, and I hope I can get to a point of forgiveness.
Because I think we all need that. Do you know how that would be a hard thing to see that person knowing what they did took a life that was that close to you?
I think the hardest part about that one for me is that we still have no idea. We never got any closure from it. So I haven't even had the time to process giving that person forgiveness.
Have you grieved properly from it?
I feel like I have grieved properly from it, but you know, like I just told a friend of mine that recently lost his brother the same way. It doesn't get easier. You just learn to cope with it better.
Do you think your coping mechanisms are hindering you or helping you?
I think sometimes it hinders me, and that could lead to that factor of not being patient.
And do you believe that you take that out on family members, friends, children, potential others?
Most definitely. I be in my moods.
You be in your moods. You be in your moods. Like you're still a man. You're still human.
Yeah. I be in my moods, and I think it just affects my personality overall sometimes.
Okay. Do you think you come off as an a-hole sometimes?
I mean, if you ask Vinny, he'll probably tell you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not very talkative, so people might perceive that the wrong way.
Are you hurting still?
Very much so.
I understand that the process of healing can be a life journey for you. But in what ways are you still hurting? In what ways are you trying to correct that behavior so that you don't hurt anymore?
It's more so of like, it's still hard for me to look my mother in her eyes and try to understand that pain that she must be going through.
Cause as a son, you won't.
Yeah, no.
You won't.
But I almost lost my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I can't say I know how she feels, but I can relate. You know, but it was something much different. But I think for me to properly heal is that I would have to do not more work on myself, because I've done work on myself, therapy and everything that is unheard of where I come from. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I need to get into a space where I'm able to help others that might be going through some of the same emotions or having the same things happen to them, and help them get through it. And then it help me, you know what I mean? Like helping other people.
Other people can help you.
Can help you have a better understanding as well. You know what I mean?
I understand. All right. How you feeling? How's your mental so far?
I'm good.
Okay. Just double checking. Because you're my bro. I gotta check Explain your father's absence and what that did for you.
You know, in my father's absence, I think that had the adverse effect on me that it does a lot of people. Because I think most people emulate, whether it's like abuse or being an absentee father.
Did you experience that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, like just watching when my father was around, it was always him beating up on my mom.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
How did that shape you as a man? How did that shape you as a childhood, and especially in relationships with women down the line?
It made me not want to be anything like him. I've never put my hands on a woman. I don't call women out of their name. You know what I mean? I treat them kindly. You know what I'm saying? It's the ones that are with me. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And yeah, I think it made me do the opposite.
Okay. How does that How old is your son?
My son's 11.
11. Do you tell him, or how do you teach him, if you do, about relationships and women?
Well, it's a learned behavior from what you see.
Correct.
So I make sure, like, if we're somewhere and there's a woman walking behind us or anywhere around us, I make him hold the door open.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I make, he never hears me talk bad about his mother or any other woman for that matter. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it's just that constant leading by example.
Lead by example, and that's all we can do. I got some more for you. I got some more for you. What makes you feel uncomfortable?
What makes Hash feel uncomfortable?
What makes you feel uncomfortable?
When I'm broke.
I think that makes everybody feel uncomfortable. Everybody, you broke. Yeah,
right, but that's my thing, bro. Like, it's not walking in the room, it's not standing on stage, because I'm gonna walk in there and you're gonna give me my respect. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean like in fear or anything like that, but you're gonna give me the mutual respect that I'm gonna give off. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if anything, I'm not gonna be the one sitting in the room feeling uncomfortable.
So just being broke, do you think that you being, because I'm pretty sure you didn't have like the financial means at one point. Do you think that makes you in a way?
No, it doesn't make me, but it hinders me from being able to provide. It's not about being.
That's crazy.
Right, it's
that
not
financial
about,
aspect.
Right, it's not about being broke because I want to buy a Lambo or I want a new chain or I want to take, show this off or show that off. It's more about like I'm uncomfortable if I'm not able to provide for my loved ones.
Do you think that, no disrespect, I just think that is also a conditioning to a degree? Like, don't get me wrong, providing, yes, we have to provide financially. But what about providing some other ways to help build those? Because money we can't take with us, right? Have you ever thought about that concept?
I have. We can't take it with us, but we can leave it behind for generations to come.
Love that answer. This is why I love you. This is why I love you. Let's say, okay, I got really two more. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, I got two more. And we're going to end it on a light note.
Okay.
But what's the worst thing that you've ever done in your life?
That I've ever done?
That you've ever done. What's the worst thing that you've ever done in your life?
I really can't answer that question on this podcast.
I understand.
Because there's no statute of limitations on certain crimes.
Okay. I respect that. Thank you, brother. Okay, I got one more. Then we're going to leave it. Okay? If you had to get back with an ex, who would it be?
Yeah. Hey, so I'm gonna tell you like this.
All right.
Like,
okay.
I only have like a few exes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? Was in a relationship, and when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm committed. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
So I wouldn't get back with any of my exes.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave them where they at. You feel me? Because I ain't with them for a reason.
That's a reason. Okay. Man, thank you, brother. I just appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your transparency. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Hot Seat. As you can see, where we get the tough questions and the real answers. I could tell, but he kept composure because that's what he do. But when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, Hash is going to bless the stage with a performance. He's going to give it his all. And then at that point, closing remarks. We got some more coming. This is the LikeMinds podcast. Stay tuned. Let's go. Yo, what's up, people? It is your boy Wiles reporting live, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. I got my boy. He's doing like a whole takeover show. He's doing like just a whole takeover show. Hash, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm good, Wise. How you feeling, bro?
I feel good. Yeah, I know you about to bless the stage. Now, before you bless the stage, please tell people where they can find you and what song are you actually doing today?
Man, you can find me on every single social media platform at #bars.
Yes, sir.
HA $H on all streaming platforms.
Yes, sir.
Or you can just reach me on all those things from #bars.com.
All right, now
So
tell
the
us about this record.
record that I'm gonna rock today.
Yes, sir.
I haven't rocked it in a minute. It's
Okay.
called Black Kufi. You
Black
know what I mean?
Kufi. Explain
You
that.
feel
Explain
me?
that real quick.
You know, Black Kufi, like I just, like all black, what I'm saying, even though I'm, Muslim,
Okay,
still
got
got,
you.
you know what I mean? So when I got my Black Kufi on, you know what time it is. But
Mm-hmm.
we kept it clean on this one.
We kept
you
it
know
clean.
what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate
So
you. Thank you.
we
Thank
gonna
you.
rock this one, you know what
Y'all
I'm
already
saying?
know what time it is, man. This is hash Black Kufi. Hashgotbars.com.
Hashgotbars.com.
See, look, we already on it. Now I need y'all, ladies and gentlemen, to stay tuned. Here we go.
It's your boy Hash, LikeMinds podcast. Let's go. Cut like Birdie from a butter rim. Handsome brother, fly Aki. Sisters love the butter Tims. You can't stop me. Though from Morocco, looking like a king in it. They wrote a theme song for me. The fly sisters singing it. Joffy Joe status. Rose petals when I walk up. None but gelato when the blunts that I spark up. Black Kufi, Black 40. In case you act goofy. I drippy, common cool. It's how I act usually. My Black Kufi. Black 40, black dough, match the Black Kufi. Yeah, my Black Kufi. Black hearted, black soul, match the Black Kufi. In between Salat, paint pictures like a Basquiat. Even Kaffers ride the wave, the ladies love the handsome mock. True Islam, always greet my brothers with open arms. Plus I saw 'em, it's obligatory for Ramadan. Far from perfect, seek forgiveness, trying to right my wrongs. That's why I'm keeping it 100 when I write my songs. I paint the picture, see the visions like a ride along. Allah forgive me if I'm right or wrong, astaghfirullah. My Black Kufi, Black 40, black dough, match the Black Kufi. Yeah, my Black Kufi, black hearted, black soul, match the Black Kufi. Man, shout out to LikeMinds podcast, man. You already know where to find your boy at, man. I'm gonna remind y'all again at HashGotBars on all social media platforms. HashGotBars.com, man. Check everywhere you need to go, man. Holla at your boy.
Yo, what's up, people? We are back. That performance right there, my brother Black Kufi.
Man, appreciate it.
Of course, I'm just happy to have you here.
Man, I'm happy to be here.
Now let's go. Now look, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the LikeMinds podcast. And this segment is called Check the Drip. Check the drip. Stop playing with us.
Check the drip.
You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it now. My brother Hash, he has his own company, S7. Explain the merch. Explain what you even got on right now, because I see you drip. I see you drippy.
Always drip. Well, today, just
what you got today? What you
normal
got today?
day, man. It's a white T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Some polo shorts, some J's. Man, got a show later on today. It's a podcast. You know what I'm saying? So
Everybody can't be you.
Hey.
Okay.
One of a kind, you feel me?
I feel that. Now explain the merch designs that you have right now and what is coming up for the S7 merch collection.
Right. So
what you got?
Right now we got hoodies.
Mm-hmm.
We got some women's athletic apparel.
Oh yes,
let's
go. Fitness.
Of course we got T-shirts, you know what I'm saying? I like to look at my clothing brand as a clothing brand, but we also do merch to be cohesive with releases and
I
things
love
like
it.
that.
I love it. I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
What started that? Like, what? Of course, like just being an artist, right? Like, of course, I want to have just my own clothing line. But for you, what was that thing that make you wanted to do something along those lines? And what makes your apparel different? Like, what makes it stand out? What's the message behind it?
Well, always had a passion for fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's was making sure we was looking right when we walking out the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And then early on in my career, I understood the apparel being a part of the business.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I
For
feel that.
independent artists, you know what I mean? Because we got to find a way to
eat.
make money.
You
know
gotta
what I'm saying?
eat.
Because we got to pay for everything else. So we got to earn too. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
And what makes it set different from everybody else's merch is I don't just throw stuff together. I'm only going to put out something that you're going to catch me in.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Because I always catch you in your brand, and that's amazing. Like, we always see like Nike, or we see Adidas, and you're like, everybody rocking everybody else stuff, but like let's not forget, like, rocking your own thing, it creates the brand equity, creates awareness, it creates the credibility behind it, and everybody else is gonna want to join in just because of that. So, brother, I commend you for doing
I
it.
appreciate it. And this, I don't spare no expense on the materials.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always quality material. Like it's I go for comfort first. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So it's got to be comfortable. It's got to be fly, and it's got to be, relevant to what I got going on. So
Well, hopefully I get one of these. I
I
may
got
need
you.
some. I may
got
need you,
you.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
exchange one. You get a Likewise podcast, shirt, hoodie, or everything
And
I
gave
come
you
out with,
S7.
and I know you. There you go,
Right.
ladies and gentlemen. This has been check the drip with my boy Hash. Okay, y'all get ready. The next segment that's coming up is message of the day. I just want to thank Hash first and foremost. Before we even leave, I want to thank Hash. Thank you for being here, brother. Again, tell people where they can find you, just so they know.
And thank you for having me once again.
Of course, yes,
And
sir.
Hash got bars on all platforms.
Let's go.
$H on the streaming platforms. Or just hit hashgotbars.com. It'll take you everywhere you need to go.
Look at that. My brother Hash. Thank you for a takeover episode. He did that. We did that. And so y'all get ready, man. Message of the day is up next. We'll be right back. Peace.
We coming live and direct.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is your boy Wiles reporting live, and this is the LikeMinds podcast. I just want to give a major shout out to my boy Hash. He blessed the stage. He gave us some gems. He got a great hot seat. Check the drip. All of that was amazing. So I appreciate him. And shout out to the S7 team. Okay, S7 Entertainment. You already know what it is. Shout out to Vinny, Toon Mac, Mike Steele. I see you, boy. All of them. Because they did an amazing job. They've been doing an amazing job in the music scene. And I just really appreciate them because they're my boys, you know? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to list to you guys the 5 key things for me. Hash already said his 5 things, and they were great. I just would like to give y'all my 5 things to do to be more self-disciplined. The first thing, know your strengths and your weaknesses. You have to acknowledge what's going on with you. You have to acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses so that, therefore, you can capitalize on your strengths and you can turn your weaknesses into strengths as well. It's very important to acknowledge yourself where you fall short so that you can get the help that you need. So then, therefore, you know what you need to work on. Number 2, and this is a real key one, remove temptations. I know they're out there. It's a part of the journey, you know, and life is going to have its distractions. Life is going to have its temptations. But you have to understand to have that discipline, have that consistency to always keep moving, keep striving. And temptations are just another part of that. If you let that go and you don't focus on that, again, focus on that windshield, then you'll be good. Third thing that I would like to mention for sure is set clear goals. Too many times we don't do that enough. You know, we just go about life and just wing it. And you wonder why you're not where you're at. So in order to have self-discipline, I believe that you have to set some clear goals, set clear objectives. So therefore you know exactly where you're going and the steps that you need to get there. And then be continuously diligent in the steps so that you can reach whatever goal that you need to. Which kind of actually brings me to number 4, okay? Number 4, practice daily diligence. It's your due diligence to work on yourself. It's your due diligence to be better than what you currently were. Hopefully I'm not going to be the same person within 2 years because I'm going to practice my due diligence to be better on. Number 5, create new habits. It takes 30 days to break a habit. And it also takes 30 days to make one. So if you the habits that you create, as my boy Hash said, the habits that you have ultimately shape the person that you are. It shapes everything that you do. And it actually also shapes everything that you are about. And people can see that. And you should be able to see that as well. Practice daily diligence, create new habits. So let's just go over it real quick, just as a recap. Number 1, know your strengths and weaknesses. Number 2, remove temptations. Number 3, set clear goals. Number 4, practice daily diligence. And number 5, create new habits. I also want to give a shout out to my camera crew. That's Briz and that's Liz. I just want to thank them for doing all that they do for me. I literally have no show without them, so I always want to give them the big ups. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to text in for me to answer a question, the number is 720-515-3685. And then also the email, LikeMindsPodcast@outlook.com. And they should be popping up right here for you to see. Now, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Episode 3 is already out. And I want to touch on something else. As you can see, we didn't have a co-host today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Most Precious Gift is doing her thing, and I didn't want to stop that process. Creative differences led to a separation, but we're still going to wish her the best in all her endeavors and what she does. So I appreciate you, sister. Keep doing your thing and keep winning, and I'll see you at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wise, and this is the LikeMinds Podcast. Until next time, peace.
Bring the chorus in.
Keep